Okay, so starting or continuing on the conversation from last episode, that being, who do we have a choice between? Lana or Linkle? Let's go with Linkle. On the topic of things I'd like, well, things I've got planned, more or less. One thing I've really loved to get around to doing, and one thing that's kind of stopping me from playing the game again, is doing a playthrough of Hyrule Warriors on its not Hyrule Warriors, Edge of Calamity on its hardest mode, which was DLC, which of course. I don't know how I want to go about doing it. That being, if I want to start fresh and play through the game from the beginning, or thingy thing, or if I just want to play from where I am, going back through things. Only, I guess, on top of that, if I want to do the entire game, side modes included, or if I want to do just the main missions, maybe. Although that being said, if I do everything, that could be a good excuse to weave in the DLC to the main game. Because I kind of get the feeling that they wanted you... sure, whatever. I kind of get the feeling that they wanted you to weave in the DLC with just playing the game, which is a little bit hard to do if you, say, 100%'ed the main story before the DLC was released. Like I did. So yeah, that was fun. Why did it have to be manhandles? So just don't focus on killing this boss, overgrown plant. Yeah, and that is kind of stopping me from replaying the game again, because I kind of want the next time I play through the game to be for that video. I don't know, but all main channel videos will kind of be, I guess, discussed in this video and. Okay, that's fun. So, didn't appear in the recording, but I have a HDMI splitter hooked up to my Wii U and my Switch. I guess, yeah, Wii U and my Switch. And I think my Wii U just went on standby mode. I think that's what happened. And I guess it's great and a great feature to have for a HDMI splitter, but to like automatically switch to the thing that just turned on, it's just, you know, I'm currently using one of them. It's a nice major Joy-Con drift. Fun things all around. I mean, at least my Switch 2 hasn't woken up just yet. Which, I mean, yeah. Where was I? Yeah, all projects talked about in this episode and the previous one are probably gonna not be worked on for a long time, because I am still at the moment... Also, let's turning away at the last second. That's nice. Yeah, gonna be put on the back burner because I'm still working on the shiny team member Legends ZA video, which, I mean, a good thing about going ahead and recording a few episodes ahead of time, which I may or may not be doing, is that I am giving myself good time, a good buffer to do things, to edit a video, because I have all but one episode of the previous chapter recorded and edited. I just need to edit down one more video, and then it's like that entire chapter is done. Like, that's it. Although that being said, I'm not entirely sure how much of this chapter I want to record ahead of time. Only because I don't want another SteamL Dig 2 situation to happen and I just like stop uploading for a bit and stop even recording. But I mean, I feel like that's not going to be a problem with Pikmin 3 Deluxe. The problem, if it could even call that, is if I can even keep up with the amount I want to record. So something I want to think about, I might need to think about, is if removing the moss of the Great Sea Rules, if that is required for a thingy thing. But anyway, because I do want to head off to this level, I think I might just go ahead and do this now. Oh no! This is a thingy thing. This is this. I just didn't even properly read the thing. I thought it was a rack up your K counts. Sure. So yeah, it's on my mind. Something I only learned about recently, just by accidentally doing it, is on the loading screens, you can play an ocarina. Like, I don't know how many hours I've logged onto this game across all versions. Like, that's the first time I've, like... When I did it accidentally, like, the other day, like, that was, like, the first time I, like, thought about it. Or, like, noticed it. Like, really? Like, really, dude. Like, over 10 years of playing this game, I think. And, like, that was the first time you noticed that you could play an ocarina on the loading screen? Really? Although that being said, I do kind of want to note if that's even in the 3DS version. Because that was the version I started with. You know, I'm not even gonna bother with that guy. Fuck him. So yeah, I guess, speaking of things I've started recently doing, I've started preparing my warriors for the Twilight map in the Wii U version. I'm not aiming for absolutely perfect, but I think a good baseline for the beginning is getting everyone up to at least level 120, and a great but not perfect version of a weapon. I don't think I'm gonna build a great weapon for everyone, especially with, like, every weapon, only because there's a Link, buddy, I'm not building out like what 5 weapons for you? No. Well, not during the grinding process for the Twilight map. Maybe during the Twilight map I might consider it. But yeah, although that being said, I've kind of heard that levels isn't so much the issue. It's weapon skills, and I'm honestly really glad I haven't bothered with grinding out a good weapon or great weapons. Like, especially in the Wii U version, it does, if the experience is similar across all things. Cause dude, it is a helium and a half. Although that being said, it doesn't exactly help that I don't have access to the best grinding level for it. I am just using that level 2 rack up your K count levels for my grinding. At the point of recording this, I've done that and built up a great, decent weapon for him. Considering I did learn something pretty recently, I think I might want to go back and fix it up ever so slightly. And I'm kind of working through Daphnes, well, on Daphnes. The thing I learned that kind of makes weapon grinding all the more tedious, I wanted to say this might just be for the Wii U version specifically, because they were arseholes when they're making that version. Some of the skills you'd want on a weapon only appear if you use a potion for it. Like, I was searching it up because I was curious as to like what skills I wanted to have on each, everyone. It turns out there's a set of skills that I've kind of just completely missed somehow, or just not taken much notice of. Those being the 3000 KS skills. Sealed skills. I think I might. Okay, no. And the thing with those is that the thing about those skills specifically is that I think I think this might be protecting a thing. Okay, no, it's messages. Trading off an aspect, increasing one aspect at the cost of lowering something else. The ones I'm thinking of specifically, is the skills, I guess for example, the skills no healing and no guarding, which reduce healing, and I think maybe even removing the ability to guard for the buff of having upped damage. And well, like, that's definitely kind of the thing. It's like, you kind of want to boost the weapon drop rate, because something that definitely helps with the whole grinding process is getting a lot of weapons, because you could just sell the things you want, or the things you don't want. If you have a lower drop rate, just don't get a lot of weapons. And it is very annoying, because it's either, okay, wow, how, so, where is he? That's kind of the thing, it's like, oh, do I get up the amount of weapons I get, or do I like lower it just ever so slightly at the trade-off that I might eventually get a good skill on a weapon that I want, like that sort of thing. It's very annoying. Although that being said, good thing that they're only like 3,000 KOs. Not 25,000 like Legendary is in the Wii U version. Which I thought it was Evil's making, but no, that's just the one for Link. But yeah, I'm not sure how exactly I'll go about doing it, like how much I want to do it, because I feel like I might just get burnt out eventually. But I think I might just like do a little bit every single day. And of course, it would be great to have the weapon I would want before going into the Twilight map. It's just that because there's quite a lot of things to do, there might not be a thing. It might be possible. Like I forget what level Davrini is at the moment, but I have yet to get a weapon for him with Legendary, which is kind of concerning because I think he's already level 100. Which is okay, I think we need to get that guy on the left ready. Wait, did we just fail? Okay. I think I'll cut around to when we were back where we are, or where we were, which wasn't much. I think I definitely need to balance things a little bit more. I saw Link being an engine, I was like, oh, let's get him done. Well, let's save Link. This is like a bit of a new way to go, so I think I might just... I'm not sure, I still want to blab. Also, I should really be doing king things. That being boat. Funny boat man. Ooh. Yeah, it won't be for like a long while yet because we have a few maps to go through. But because I feel like I want to change things up a little bit in terms of the order we go through the maps, just so I have like a little bit more experience with some of the warriors that I didn't really get to go to. Because I don't want to push the Cohelant map back a little bit, it's ever so slightly disappointing because I did a bit of grinding off screen with Linkle with her Pegasus boots, and I really like the gameplay. Like, I know her bows are much stronger than Pegasus boots, or than her Pegasus boots, but dude, the gameplay loop just feels amazing. So launching yourself in the air, doing a bunch of kicks and shit. fucking flying kicking into enemies. It's like, what? Dude, why? Like, the only problem I have with the Pegasus routes is that they're not fast. Like, I mean, the entire thing about the Pegasus routes is that they're fast in the main series games. Not in Hyrule Warriors. Although that being said, Blinko does have an attack in which she charges into an enemy. Are you fucking kidding me? Everything is swung to shit. I can kind of see why they would give you multiple things. Okay, so I do have a repair technician, which worked a little bit differently than I thought it did. I want to say, is Link dead? Get the feeling like Link's is just dead. Okay, yeah. Yeah. I thought you could just like activate it and then the keep would just heal itself, but no, you have to stay in a base for it to work. Which, I mean, I guess so? I guess that makes sense? Ever so slightly focusing just a little bit. How are we doing for time? Okay, I really hope things calm down a little bit when we finish the main mission. Because we still have a heart piece or heart container for the king here and a piece of fairy clothing. Okay, I feel like there shouldn't be anything on the way. Like, let's stop the guy here, although there is a big boy on the way to the allied base, and we need to fix that. I can definitely see why they gave you multiple warriors for this. It's slowly annoying. Okay, that's good. Okay, cool. I think I might cut around to when we find the thing, because we more or less have the A rank. I feel like. Okay, is this the heart container or fairy clothing? Okay, fairy clothing. So right, there's also a boss after this. We need to be wary of. Yeah, so something I'm kind of considering about doing between whenever I can is going back through all the levels that have fairy food, as that is a good way to guarantee getting a golden drop of a sudden fairy food. It's just that I kind of want to be a little bit wary on the levels of our warriors. Only because, well, there is something I'm kind of planning just ever so slightly, and I don't want to get too ahead of the game just quite yet. That, and because we will more or less have to do the Twilight and Termina maps in this version before doing the Master Wind Waker map. I don't really want our levels to be overly high for that map, you know? But I mean, I don't think levels are going to make too much of a difference, being completely honest. Especially for the map, because I get the feeling that a lot of the focus for the Master Wind Waker map is going to be about Medley, less so about everything or everyone else. You know, yeah. So I guess back on the topic of preparing for the Twilight map for the Wii U version. I feel like a skill I'd love to have on everyone. I'm not quite sure if it would be beneficial or not if I just get as many buffs as I can on the weapons instead of this, but I kind of want XP up because I feel like they kind of wanted the Twilight and Permanent maps in the Wii version to be like end game content. So things are just kind of more or less needlessly difficult, like that sort of thing. I really want to know what's happening there. Dude, what is up? Also, yeah, I'm kind of getting really good at disposing of Manhandlers, and I guess Agnaroks as, well, the level I'm using to grind for the Twilight map has 2 Manhandlers and an Agnarok. So, yay! I get to see this fucking plants thing over and over again. I'm gonna have so many things, or so many materials for this fucking boss. So many. How are we doing with damage? Okay, 29. I did not press that button, game. What are you on about? Can you do your thing, please? You know what? Fuck you. It definitely feels weird to talk about a level that isn't this level, and that we've done before. I'm not really a fan of how it's laid out. And that being, it's Hyrule Field, specifically the Ganon version of Hyrule Field, and thingy thing, and like, it is a small version of that map. It's just that so how are we doing for time? You know what? Fuck it. I'm kind of going against the thing. But I mean, like what I just said, but... If I can get away without having, with the A rank and not have to do this level again, I'm going to do that. Because I'm sick and tired of this piece of shit. It is definitely the least consistent boss. Well, do your thing. Not that thing. So I think that's damage. If we still get the air after this, I'm going to be surprised. Can you fucking hurry up and do your thing? But whatever that attack is, it's like a good boss kill. Okay, so we definitely need to look into what badges we have King heal. Definitely a downside about having multiple warriors on a boss. It's just preventing me from doing this thing. It is a very inconsistent boss. And here I am saying that I'm getting good at fighting this fucking thing. And it's just going, no, fuck you. I don't even want to look at the damage. Just... So I definitely get the feeling that's the link kills you dear. Okay, I'm going to assume that this was an easier level in terms of A rank requirements, but I kind of want to know what the A rank requirement on like the hardest things were. Like, what is the 4,000 equivalent of damage on this? Is it 50%? It's not 150, is it? Which would be weird to say. I really want to give the screen the middle finger. Cause like, what the fuck was that?